Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks much for having us. I would like to take you on a journey to the most important use case in every one of your lives, namely paying for goods and services. And we will ask ourselves the question, as Europeans, if we even play a role in any of this in the coming decades. We're 500 million Europeans. We're very proud and a very wealthy continent. We have our own currency that works cross-border. The moment we pay without cash, there is no European logo to be found. And that's quite stunning, meaning in your daily purchases, the rules, how money flows from A to B, are written in other countries, most dominantly in the country of Donald Trump. It worked really well the last 30, 40 years. These are very efficient systems and they scale well, so it has served us all well. But what's happening next, I think all of us can agree, mobile payment will be coming. And if you stare at that wall, there is no European logo by a long shot. Now those companies will take over, the way it looks now, the mobile payment journey of all of you. What does it mean? Some of them make their money with data. The Payment Services Directive in Europe allows each one of them to get access to your bank account, to see your salary and your last 90 days of payment history. You see Goldman Sachs teaming up with Apple to do cards. You see JP Morgan and Amazon. You see 2.2 billion with PayPal. There's lots of money going into that space. The reason is clear. Payment is your last statement of your preferences. And whoever owns that journey owns you. And so what we've done 3 years ago, we built a technology very similar to Alipay in hindsight. You show the cashier your banking app with a one-time use barcode. The cashier scans that code, and now we deliver your loyalty card into the cash register, clock up your stamp card, but most importantly, we book in real time straight on your checking account with the bank's consent. We've done this technology, and at the same time, the legal work. We took Germany's most premier law firm to build a rule book, a 55-page scheme, how payment in Europe should work. We've done that in an anonymous way. So we as Blue Code only receive unique user IDs from our bank members, because in our European heritage, it's nobody's business what you spend, certainly not anybody down the food chain. And so since we've written that rule book, the Deutsche Sparkassengruppe, as the largest retail banking group in Europe, has signed up and piloted with us now for 6 months. In the Bundesliga, with an exclusive license for the Oktoberfest for 4 years, as well as one of the top 10 retailers in Germany. And this was happening now for 2 quarters, and we've now concluded that pilot. We now have 12 of those member banks signed up and working to scale. In Austria, in parallel, we signed up 85% of all food retailers in the country. So when you land in Austria with a blue barcode and show that to a cashier, they will instinctively do the right thing. They will scan it, and the money will be pushed in real time for clearing and settlement back to the merchant. We now will be launching in 2 weeks the largest retail banking group in Austria as well. So now we have a cross-border, real-time, anonymous payment scheme made in Europe, fully anonymous with payment guarantees. We've signed the largest lunch tech provider in Europe to be also issuer in our scheme. So instead of you running around with your paper vouchers to buy lunch, you can show your Sodexo app with a blue barcode, and we'll be booking in real time at their data processing center in India. Same experience, real time plus payment guarantee made out of Europe. And then these guys called up and we signed a system operator agreement. Whenever we integrate into a merchant, Blue Code, all over Europe, we can automatically turn on Alipay. So we now have a direct channel into the authorization system in China. So the cashier in Europe can either scan a Blue Code from Blue Europeans, or an Asian, if it's a tourist coming up wanting to spend money in Europe, and we route the transaction to China and return the authorization response. So now we can offer both at the same time, same integration. I don't know if you've seen that. 2 hours ago, real coincidence, a 1 cent America First fee on all US card transactions paid by Europe. This is already now checkmate. We will be spending billions of dollars going across the pond. So if this doesn't wake us up, I don't know what will, right? Of course, that was a fake tweet, but it could happen because we Europeans have no way to respond, right? So join us on the mission. Thanks much.
Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Blue Code. Right, okay, let's hand it over to our jury members and let's dig a little bit deeper under the surface of Blue Code.
You were talking about a guaranteed payment. How do you deal with chargebacks?
Our rulebook includes rules, of course, for refund and chargebacks. So it's the usual means how either customers or merchants complain through the acquirers, and then the money flows the other direction.
So how is it different to Visa?
It's European.
I mean, so I don't, yeah, kind of probably shouldn't say it on a microphone, but I mean, Visa Europe was an independent legal entity for many years and has just been purchased and just been, the regulators had that risk. If the regulators and the European central governments thought that that was such a big problem, they'd probably said no, right?
That's correct. And maybe they're waking up now because mobile payment is coming, and we really believe if the customer journey with this is gone, the value chain is gone, the data is gone, and the money along with it. So if you're European, you have to care. This is not a company, this is a mission, right?
So now the trivial question.
Yeah.
How much cheaper will you be than Visa?
Visa keeps on raising the scheme rates, so no, it depends. I mean, it's not a money game in the end only, right? We can embed our technology, which we did, into the merchant apps, into the banking apps. The key thing is owning the journey. That's the key thing. It's not so much the price, right? If we hand over German citizens and their banking and the purchasing habits into Apple Pay, Mr. Cook owns that customer and can look at everything, including bank records. So that's not very wise for all of us, right?
But it's very wise to build a backdoor into Alipay at the same time.
Because they run on our rails, right? They don't get any data from us. We get the Alipay codes and we return them. So we are in the driver's seat as the infrastructure play for Europe.
Do you require or do you rely on your network of retailers to promote your service? Or do you
It's a good question. No, actually, in Germany now, the Sparkassen Group marketed to its end users. Same will be happening with Raiffeisen Bank. But we have integrated into a few merchant apps too, so the merchant can market it as well. We won't be the ones, and hopefully, we won't be having an app in 2 years' time, because it will be embedded into European retailers or European banks, because they should own the customer, and they should own that journey and own that data, not us.
Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Blue Codes.
Thank you.